You are thinking about finding a relationship in the UK, finding someone who could establish something very, very serious with you, something that could lead to, marriage or a long-lasting partnership in the UK, and you are thinking about where to move to. I have a comment in one of the videos I also made in the past. People are concerned. People got advised about where to move to, avoid moving to the rural areas, places like the countryside, that's the villages. Some say move to the bigger city where life is bubbling, busy lifestyle, places like cities like Manchester, Birmingham, London Central, these are the places you could easily jam person and somebody will also jam you, and then entanglement and I do and I do not do would happen. How true is this statement or these assumptions by a lot of people? Like something I have in this comment as well. Listen to this, it's a short one. I have two things in this very comment, 1 and 2. One is about this. I have heard people tell me not to be over ambitious so that I can find a husband. Telling a lady, maybe don't have a career, don't have a high-paying job, so that you can find a husband. And I've heard people advise other single ladies not to move to very small communities so that they would find a husband. 2 points in this very comment. Anyway, let me start by saying that days are gone when men are looking out for a woman who would be Oriaku, who would sit at home, answer yes, sir, 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 sir. A woman who is financially bankrupt, who would always stay at home. Not even in this present time, when a pound is almost 2,000 Nigerian naira. If you are a Nigerian or from any of these African countries, you don't want to come to a place like the UK and sit at home. Yes, even nursing mothers these days, they work to earn their own money, So, don't tell a woman not to be. In fact, a lot of men now depend on women. They are looking for student nurses to bring to the overseas so that they will start making them dry. We have had cases, you have read cases about men bringing women overseas. They started working and they asked them to start paying money. In fact, I heard about one, somebody that it happened to shared her story with me 2 days ago. Let me not go there. In fact, my heart broke listening to this girl's story. The husband even left her. Hey, let me not go there. Let's concentrate on the topic of this discussion. Now, if you want to find a husband, like they claim, don't move to the rural communities. This is just, it sounded so funny to me. So I would sincerely appeal to anyone that has ever found a husband, a wife in abroad to at least share how they got to meet, where you found your husband, in the city center, dancing or singing in the big shopping malls, or in a rural community. I think something about falling in love and relationship do not really work in the perspective people put it these days. Yes, meeting someone could actually happen at any time, in any place, unexpected places, unimaginable places. Yes, I never met my husband in real time. Yeah, I don't know if I have shared the story. Somebody referred us, and I was even living abroad. Imagine that. I was already living here in the UK. I don't get paper. I be student, and somebody who had a good job in Nigeria was looking out for me, calling me day in, day out. In fact, when I first saw him, I said, no, I'm not going to do this one. But when he started being open, even the truth I did not expect him to say, he was saying them. I said, And he would be the one spending his money to call me day in, day out. I say, Oga, go and buy BlackBerry. He went and bought. I say, Oga, go and buy laptop. He went and bought so that we could start chatting on Skype. Then Skype and BlackBerry, you know, that pinging started from BlackBerry. That was how we started talking. A man that I've never met before. He paid the flights to come down, for me to come down to Nigeria when they denied him visa to come for my graduation. And a whole lot of that. You know, he trusted me from afar. In fact, my husband proposed to me online. He played one special song from this moment. He proposed to me online. The cousin sister introduced us. We studied together in one of the higher institutions in Nigeria. You know, so meeting people could actually happen anywhere. It does not matter if you are staying in a bubbling and bustling city. To be honest with you, it could be in that rural community where you are running away from. Some of all this reasonable, it depends on the person you are looking for. Yes, though a lot of us immigrants, we prefer to live among, where there are the community of black people, you know, black community, you know, we prefer to have black people around us. Like when we moved to this area, I only met one black lady and she was excited to see me. I've shared that story. But before 1 year, 2 years, you can't even count the number of black people living within us here, to be honest. You know, so it does not really matter where you move to. Often at times, immigrants do not particularly move to the rural areas. A little bit of township, you know, not the bubbling, like where we are staying now. Yes, the town center is very small. Even the city, let me call it a city, but it is not. The biggest town that is next to us is Middlesbrough. So Middlesbrough is not a city, but it's also a town. You know, but if you go to Middlesbrough, you might even think that it's an African town because of the presence of that higher institution there and a lot of African shops, Asians on the streets. You would see different black people, you know. And if you live in a place like where we are currently staying, a quiet area, you know, in this part of England, you go shopping in African shop, you attend church in African church, you know, depending on who you are looking for. Yes, I think I will talk about this in a separate video. Depending on where you would like to marry from. I'm talking about race now, you know. So it depends. These are places you should go for you to find this and find that. Sometimes it's even happened unplanned, especially among the blacks. And remember, this color, we always like to approach. To be honest with you, somebody had approached me. That was last month in the, you know, the voluntary work where I go to. Despite this guy always seeing me with Somto, he took my number. And the way he did it was to, you know, there's a way somebody would ask you for your contact. You would just give. I gave out, and this boy started pinging me, or this man, that please, is that my son? I said yes. That he would like to us to, be in a relationship. He's not a Nigerian, but guess what? Me, as a B say, I don't marry now. And I was not interested in whatever he's talking about. I didn't even ask him, which country do you come from? But his accent and everything, he's kind of right in himself, shows that he's not a Nigerian. He told me where he works and blah, blah, blah. He loves me. The first time he saw me, his mind got to puru, 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 puru. And he was at work. He could not concentrate. You know, he would be on break. I blocked him already. He would tell me, oh my God, I'm on break. This. Please reply my message. You've not replied. A non-Nigerian, you know, he did not mind that I already have a child. This is another thing that happens in this very country. People don't care these days. The Nigerians, you know, our own too much. Our own too much, you know. So it doesn't really matter. Please leave in the comment section. Those of you that lived abroad and found your man or your woman abroad, how did it happen? Did you go to the shopping mall? Did you go to the town center and use a megaphone? Or you found this person in the church? Or you found your wife in the club? Or your husband in a pub? Let us know. Or you found your husband in a rural area. You know, something you can meet somewhere. all these activities they organize here, like the end of the year Igbo party we organized, you know, you could go there and meet, and a lot of picnics take place here, especially during summertime. You know, you want to meet people, you know what that means. You keep going out. Yes. Don't just concentrate on working from Monday till Sunday. You are working. Oh boy, where do you want to? And remember, relationship does not happen at workplace here. It's hard. One person has to resign. Yes. For you guys to start that entanglement and the entanglement, you know, so it's really hard to find love at work. People must have, you know, found love at work, but it's a hard thing there because everybody is at work. Not be play time. So please share. But the first point that says a woman should not be overly ambitious, you know, don't get a professional job, don't work hard because you are relaxing and waiting for one man to come and carry your problem, your family problem, your sibs, your parents on his head. But it does not work in this modern time. And it can be so excruciating, especially in this overseas, you know, when one person, both of you are together in the house as a couple, one person is providing from A to Z. You might find out that your man or your woman has, you know, suddenly become antagonizing, you know, fastidious, hard to please, every time carrying mean face. Now the money where the man they spend or be the woman they spend. Every time you are holding remote as a man, you don't go find work to do. Woman go work, come back, she go cook, go clean. Why she not go vest? And the other way around, a man go work Monday till Saturday, woman go sit down at home. You know, this is an enabling society where everybody can as well find any little thing to do that would make you money. Let me not suggest, because I've talked a lot about this. Relationship can take place at any place. Even on the train, you might find someone. Though these days, electronics gadget, everybody, when you get on the train these days, everybody is like this. You get on the bus, everybody is like this. Kids and adults are like, it is absolutely not funny, to be honest. Yes, but these things that they call relationships still happen in places like that. Parties, events, picnics, weddings. Though these celebrations are not common here, but sometimes you could go out on your own, take yourself out to restaurant, Chinese restaurant and places. You know, summertime, kit up and go out as a man or a woman. You definitely would meet people or somebody, you definitely would meet somebody to talk to. I've even seen Oyibo coming on social media to cry about not finding a relationship. I watched that 2 days ago. The man was literally crying, not finding somebody to talk to. This is how difficult it can be. But there are people everywhere in the UK. People, you see them on the street, on the road, on the buses. Yet, people are lonely here. That is the true talk. Yes, there are men and women in the UK, single ladies and single men, you know, sisters and brothers. Yet, finding a wife is difficult. And this is applicable to every society. Finding a wife and a husband is different from meeting men and women on the streets in every society. Yes, something must attract you to somebody. And even the attraction is not even enough for you to start staying together with somebody. When you approach someone, from the first start, the person's expression, the person's point of view, way of greeting and saying things alone is enough to tell you, yes, if this person is reasonable, you know, I can read somebody, even your dressing alone can say a lot about you. That is how far I could read someone, you know. So, like I said, meeting people every day, meeting men and women on the street is very much common. Yes, but finding a wife or finding a husband is something that everyone has been clamoring for and saying is difficult in the UK. And not only in the UK, everywhere in the Western country. And not only that, everywhere in Africa. People in Africa, people in Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, they also complain that finding a wife, finding a husband is difficult. This is why you see a lot of us praying, yes, at the mountain, going to all these prayer houses, you know. You saw that video that trended then. Women, they wore wedding gowns, praying for their husband, You know, carry me they go, Baba, carry me they go, carry me they go, Baba, carry me they go. My husband house, Chacha Eke. I think she anchored that program, or she you know, Chacha Eke. You know, that is to tell you that despite how busy it is in Nigeria, our country, it is also difficult to meet a life partner. These things, they don't throw them from a booth. Yes. When I was here, I was also told that I was a racist, sort of, you know. But because I have seen what is going on, those that approached me then, I monitor, I see them. One was just an errand boy to every one of us. No woman would want a man that is an errand boy to all the women, all the girls living on the same street. But no. No woman wants that. You should be a man, have your own time, respect yourself, even though you have a car. Don't be that errand boy for all the women on that street. Women, if you approach somebody like me, I would think that probably you have something to do with, I mean, you've been doing something with all those women. It is as simple as ABC. I'm not judging, you know, but a man should have some kind of reserve. If they call you to go to Aberdeen, you drive the person. They call you to go and buy this one, you go and buy. Call you to take this person to African shop, and they will send you an errand to go and buy me this, you drive and go. Then I was wondering, does this person even go to work? And you want me, he's from the middle belt. He wanted us to have a relationship. I said no. No. So like I said, just to conclude this video, it is actually difficult everywhere. Yes, there is no place. You cannot even download a husband from the internet. Even these days, there are dating sites, but at least you need to weigh your options. You know, chat and discuss with this person, and then found the person worthy, and then find the person worthy of, you know, relating with before you proceed going into a relationship. Guys, people will be reading your comments, and it will definitely help so many people out there in these shoes, you know, looking for a life partner in the Western world, even in Africa. So leave your comments. I really appreciate all that. God bless you all for watching.